Today's weather is sponsored by Milner and Orr, funeral home and cremation services. Locations in Paducah, Lone Oak, Barwell, Arlington, and Wickliffe. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Bo Dotson. It's January 11, 2017. We've got a lot of active weather to discuss. We have a sharp cold front centered across parts of the central United States. Look at these temperatures this morning. Normal low temperatures for our region in the middle 20s for this time of year, and we are already in the 60s. Just amazing. Look to the northwest, minus 20s north of the border. North and South Dakota well below zero. Check this out. Omaha, Nebraska, 19 degrees. Kansas City, 54. Wow, what a temperature gradient. And all this cold air is sinking southward. And on Thursday night, Friday into the weekend, a frontal boundary will stall out in our area. Overrunning precipitation as warm air lifts up and over the front. Precipitation will then fall into the cold sector, and some of our region is going to have some sleet and freezing rain, possibly accumulating freezing rain. Already some winter storm watches for Missouri. A lot more winter storm watches and ice storm warnings likely to be issued over the coming days for parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, perhaps Illinois, perhaps Indiana. And we'll have to keep an eye on the 32 line. The system is just now coming ashore and being sampled by the model guidance. Should have a better idea on where the 32-degree line will settle, but I do caution you that many times forecasting freezing rain comes down to almost when the event begins. A couple years ago we had an event where Missouri and Illinois were supposed to have ice, ended up being all the way down in Kentucky and Tennessee. Very tricky to forecast the shallow cold air, which tends to ooze. It's heavy, it oozes around, and sometimes it can settle into areas further south than anticipated. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this. You also notice this morning there's a big temperature spread over our region with 40s in Mount Vernon, 60s in the Missouri Boot Hill, almost 60 degrees in Cape Girardeau, 61 Paducah. Sharp contrast even across our local area. Now the warmer air will win out today as most of us will jump into the 60s. Strong southerly winds gusting above 40 miles an hour will develop later this afternoon. Look to the south, temperatures in the 70s. Let's switch over to the dew point map. Dew point is a measure of moisture in the atmosphere, lower atmosphere. This green area, 60s, 50s for dew points, that's moist air. But look to the north, below zero dew points, sharp contrast. Again, you see a weather map like this, you know it's going to be active because you have these two air masses colliding. I'll show you some more maps. This first map I'm going to show you is the HRRR model. It's a high resolution model. Watch temperatures today. We start out this morning. We see how warm air quickly spreads and floods into the whole region. 67 degrees in Springfield, Missouri at 1 o'clock this afternoon, 61 Paducah. Look at these warm temperatures for this time of the year. Normal high temperatures for this time of year are around 40 degrees. We're going to be well above that today. As we move through this afternoon and tonight, watch to the northwest. Here comes that cold front moving in and drifting southward. That will drift south through the day on Thursday. I'll stop here at midnight tonight, Thursday morning. 26 degrees in St. Joseph, Missouri, 31 in Kansas City, 60s across our region. Very sharp front. Heavy cold air will sink southward over the next 24 to 36 hours. That's why we will have freezing rain, sleet over parts of the region starting on Thursday evening into Friday, at least into Friday. Some of the models keep freezing precipitation going into Sunday across our northern counties. We're going to have to keep a close eye on just how cold it will be. Models do not handle cold air very well. Oftentimes, they will end up being wrong on where to draw the 32-degree line. The high-res models are already starting to show the freezing line a little further south than the long-range models. In theory, the high-resolution models should do a better job of handling the setup. The system comes ashore today and tonight, and the models will fully sample it. Once that happens, hopefully the models will come into agreement, but it would not surprise me if the models never come into agreement. We'll just have to forecast where that 32-degree line will settle. North of it, ice. South of it, rain. It will cut somewhere across the middle part of our local area. Take a look here at wind gust map for today. And what I want you to watch is as we move into this afternoon, look to the west, stop here at 2 o'clock. You see those higher winds starting to develop. Potosi, Missouri, 42. Springfield, Missouri, 41 mile an hour winds. And we just keep moving through here, and you can see those winds do spread into our area. So later this afternoon, this evening, some wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour, perhaps stronger than that at times. Of course, we had higher winds yesterday. Some of the areas had above 60 mile an hour. We even had some wind damage, but winds today won't be quite as strong, but still strong and gusty this afternoon and evening as we move through tonight. And then you look to the north, here comes that